Hello everyone, my name is Jocelyn, you may call me Joy, and today's video is going to be somewhat light-hearted, so yay! For those people who are a little bit concerned about my last video, that my hair was really short, it's all still here, don't worry. I just tied some of it back and let the front like fall forward because I have layers, so that's what that was. But it is all still here and it's looking lovely. We do appreciate, we do like. Anyway, I want to catch you up on something that I did on Thursday. My appointment rolled around and I finally got my Pokemon tattoos. So let's show you them before I continue with the rest of the video. Here we have Shiny Sylveon and Gothorita. They have come out super nice. There's a bit of shine because I put some cream on just now to keep them nice and moist. They haven't started to flake or anything yet, which is really nice. But yeah, we've got those two. I did explain my reasons for having them in a previous video. So Sylveon is a trans icon no matter whether shiny or non-shiny, like regular colours. And Gothorita is also a little bit of a trans icon just because 25% of the time they can be male. But they still all look like girls and I felt that that really sort of fit me well. And Sylveon is just lovely anyway. Wonderful evolution. The other thing I did was I got my ghost back. So that is the word ghost written in Unknowns, the mysterious Pokemon from Gen 2's Aleph Ruins. And the word ghost was written in Unknown on my fingers before I had them covered up because they were blurry and kind of shit. So I decided to get that redone, and I really like the placement on the ankle because that's close to the feet, and the sort of surface reason for getting that is because ghost type is my favourite type of Pokemon. The deeper reason is that I was going through a bit of a depressive period and I kind of felt like a ghost of a person just walking the earth. So it's close to the organs that walk, which makes a bit more sense. Anyway, now that we're all caught up on that, I want to look at some tattoo and piercing memes and do a little bit of a react to that, just because we need a little bit of fun before I go into another like deep dive video essay like serious topic. This is a nice palate cleanser, if you will. I have no idea what Google is going to spit out at me, so let's just look. They say tattoos and piercings make you look ugly. False! Absolutely. We love that. Beautiful people with tattoos. Any people with tattoos, but like, you know, especially people that are conventionally considered attractive with tattoos, do not take away from their beauty by having tattoos. Tattoos are an enhancement, they are decoration, or at least that's the intention. And I think absolutely, yes, great. Love the art as well. There's nice colours in there. Nice bold lines. You had me at, I have piercings and tattoos. I like this. They are obviously not just to me, not just to other people who have them, but just a lot of people find them attractive. And that's absolutely fine. Like, we should absolutely be normalizing that sentiment. I think over the years, because tattoos and piercings have been so more widespread in sort of the past 30 years or so, I feel like it's not as taboo to do anymore. You know, back in the day, I could, if I was like living in the 1920s rather than the 2020s, I could look like this and be considered a sideshow freak. And I'm not even that heavily tattooed. Visibly tattooed, but not very heavily. I do want to be. But that's a separate issue. But yeah, now it's just do what you like. Get a tattoo, get a piercing, press both buttons. The only thing I would say about this is it's not just get a tattoo or get a piercing, it's get lots. Many, many, many. Lots, lots, lots. And then keep going back for more. One more tattoo and my look will be complete. What was I just saying? When you've got to this stage, and there's, like, I've seen this particular individual a lot in pictures and stuff. A lot of people have been very, very cruel, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be mean. I think, you know, this is a prime example of someone living their life to the absolute fullest. And I do kind of agree with the sentiment of, like, one more. And, you know, I've got to the stage where it's like, no, I know it's going to be several, many, many more. Screw the gym. This year, my New Year's resolution is to get more piercings and tattoos. Yes! Yes! Gyms are expensive, considering you can just go outside or stay inside and just move about a bit. Whereas tattoos and piercings, you should never ever just, like, stay at home and do those. That's a bad idea. That's the wrong way to go about it. So we do appreciate giving hard-earned money to really good artists. Of course I want more. I've got another one booked already. Well, another session booked. And that will be for January. I'm hoping to get a few more before then from different artists. It's just Sazio at Doom. He's so brilliant. He's just so fully booked. I've given him something a bit darker to do this time, and then I think I'll go back to bright, happy, light stuff, like cartoony stuff that he likes again after that. One does not simply get one piercing or tattoo. Again, what was I just saying? Yes, this is way too true. Change status to, I'm so broke. Upload pictures of new tattoo/piercing. Now, this sort of attitude does tend to come from people who cheap out on tattoos or piercings or go the whole DIY route, and they tend to look awful. There's risks of infections and stuff like that, which you should never ever play with your own health that way for something so trivial. Now, don't get me wrong, tattoos are love, tattoos are life. Idea for a Shrek tattoo. But it does seem to be the way that, like, people who tend not to have a lot of financial stability, when they get these things, they get them the wrong way. And I will never prioritize a tattoo or a piercing over my own well-being. I pay rent, I buy food and stuff like that before figuring out what I can save. And fortunately for me, I do have a fair bit of financial stability now where I can just do that and get another tattoo or a few in a session and pay hundreds of pounds for really good quality art. You don't like my piercings and tattoos? Well, I don't like your face. Does that mean we should cover that up too? So people giving opinions when you didn't ask for them is a common thing that kind of happens still to people with piercings and tattoos. Now, most of the time when people talk to me, it's usually a positive thing. It's usually like, you know, I love your artwork, I think that's great. Or it's the age old, oh, did that hurt? Did that hurt? Like, yes, it fucking did. All tattoos hurt to some extent or degree. Like, did you really expect the answer to be no? Sometimes you do get negative opinions. A lot of the time, negativity comes from the internet because of that anonymity kind of barrier, and people tend to say shittier things online than they would in real life. And yeah, I think anyone who tries to dictate what you do with your body, as long as it is not hurting yourself or other people, yeah, need to be taught a lesson or shown the same kind of attitude. How old people at work see you when you have a septum piercing and one visible tattoo. Now, to be fair, I think this is perfectly acceptable and fine and wonderful and lovely, but yeah, sometimes older people do tend to over-exaggerate a person's look because they just weren't brought up with it. It wasn't common, it wasn't usual back in their day. And some, again, this is a bit general towards old people as well. Like, a lot of older people are perfectly fine with piercings and tattoos, and some of them even get piercings and tattoos still. Some of them would like to, and they say, oh, I'm too old for it now. And I say, look, no, you're never too old. You're never too old to get. If it's something that you want, if it's something that you like, go for it. Like, your age should not be a barrier to that. But yes, there are some traditional type people in the world who do tend to exaggerate a little bit about when it comes to piercings and tattoos and things like that. This, you know, I'm gonna say, like, caretaker, janitor type person, not only looking fine, but looking really, like, stunning, but also, look at those shoes. Those are practical working shoes. You can express yourself and still do a good job. I can hear a conversation going on outside. And it's really funny. I think someone might be on drugs because they're describing sweating and like cold sweats and stuff like that. Don't interrupt my video, you druggies. My lobe, how I see it, how my mum sees it, how my mum describes it. Yeah, again, this is quite similar to the last one where there was a lot of exaggeration going on, and I have stretched lobes, a 6, a 10, and a 14, and yeah, people do tend to think that, like, because they're not massively big, and I do have a lot of earrings anyway, like, people don't tend to notice them all that much. But if I just had those and no other earrings, they would stand out more, and I think people would probably notice them more, and I think I would get more sort of exaggerated comments like this. But yeah, it does build on the how older people see tattoos and piercings thing from earlier. Why, girls, why? Oh, right. So it's the difference between an injection needle and piercings. And the girl is screaming at the injection but laughing at the earrings. And I'm going to say this is probably really inaccurate. First of all, injection needles and piercing needles do feel very different anyway. But even then, like, having that many earrings, I'm hoping they were done in different sessions. Because, oh good God, I would not want to heal an ear with that many piercings in it all at once. No. Your body would not like that. I haven't really known anyone to be like squeamish about one and not the other all that much. Like, yeah, some people do have a bit more squeamish about needles in general, and that's why they don't get piercings, because that's more of a voluntary thing, and injections are more sort of like necessary. However, some people do react differently to the different sensations, but I don't like the casual sexism here. Yeah. Bad meme. Bad. Did bad. When you don't actually have a hood but still want it pierced. Oh my God. No, I'm not reacting to that. People with piercings and tattoos are way more fun to see naked. Yes. Oh, I hadn't even really considered that. But yes, I do appreciate seeing other people's body art. I'm wondering now if I'm one of those people. I guess I must be. You can spend a lot of time looking at somebody's art as well, and finding like different nice new things and appreciating that. Oh my God, I'm just having a memory of someone I used to date who was absolutely covered in them. And I really loved the artwork on him. And I would like to see him naked. I did like to see him naked. Old people, don't stare, it's rude. Old people, when they see someone with dyed hair and piercings, okay. That does it. Shrek might actually have to be a feature tattoo. Sexy Shrek. Shrek is always sexy. Yeah, again, with the like older generations like being less exposed to tattoos and piercings and things like that when they were younger in general, but I think nowadays most of them have at least got used to the idea that people with tattoos and piercings that are visible exist as members of society. A tattoo hurts. Get a nipple piercing, stretch it to 5mm, and then please tell me more about your tattoo. Ouchie. I don't like this. It's very gatekeepy. It's very like, I've got it worse than you kind of thing. Like, you chose to get your nipple pierced and stretched just as much as a person who gets a tattoo chooses to get that done. Both hurt in different ways, depending on the area in which you're being tattooed as well. It hurts in different ways. So I don't like that. It's elitist crap. What if I told you your tattoo doesn't have to mean anything? Yes, cool, like that. A lot of time people do ask me what my tattoos mean, and I've got so many of them I don't really have time to go into the meanings of all of them and everything, and sometimes tattoos don't have to have a meaning. It's just a nice visual piece of body art. A lot of my piercings and tattoos, well, especially tattoos, do have meanings, but sometimes those meanings are personal. I don't really want to go into discussion about it. And some of my tattoos have really silly meanings. It's still a meaning, but it's like, you can have fun with it. It doesn't have to be so deep. r/I am 14 and this is deep. Kind of all of them all the time. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. Sometimes it's just aesthetically beautiful. Anyway, I think I'm going to conclude my video there. So have a lovely day. Hope you have wonderful piercings and tattoos as well, if that is what you would like. And yeah, I'll be back soon with probably something a bit more serious, a bit more topical, something like that. But like I said, I wanted something a bit fun, a bit palette cleanser, and something relevant to the fact that I have just had more tattoos. So, yay! Until then, non-binary is valid, goddammit.